What is up, guys? Wraec here with new video, and today we have to talk about Starland Arena once again. And honestly, I'm a bit sick of it. Those videos never get views, but it's such an important topic for me still. DH once again has changed a few things about Starland Arena. Mainly the rewards, and they are still working on making this game mode more appealing, because apparently Starland Arena and Force War, which are kind of their newest game modes, both have a bit of the issue that people don't really like to interact with them. Starland Arena on the one hand probably has a bit better interaction rate, considering there is a decent amount of rewards in here. We have this wonderful shop, which features cores, which features materials. We have your core shards in here. All of the good stuff. Which, by the way, I just noticed isn't even close to containing all of the core fragments. The last one is Mockman, which is ages ago. So DH should definitely do something about that. Not sure why we can't have... Is that a Vulcan core? No, it's EOS. Not sure why we can't have a Vulcan core in there, but that's another story that should not be the topic of this video. Most notably, most people have been quite interested in those Starspawn cores 5 and 6, though those are now reasonably easy to get. Still quite decent if you want to go for more Starspawn rerolls in the end, so definitely a good choice. But what has DH done? So, the issues we spoke about were really that win trading was a thing in Starland Arena. People were win trading, they had a group, and they pushed together with this group and essentially never lost till the end. Like you had like 0 loss, and the ranking at the end mostly consisted of players losing 5 to maybe 10 points, and then you had your top 50. So nothing competitive in there, just a grind. You had to get your group up every single day at this roughly the same time, so that you don't lose out on any stamina, that you don't cap on stamina, because once you hit 10 here, you won't regenerate any more stamina, and that of course also is a loss in points if you can get less points overall. So when you did that, and you did that every single day, it became quite a grind, because Starland Arena is not really a short game mode. I don't know how long it's still going on, by the way. You can check that out. 177 hours, which is still a fair bit, honestly, considering it's already been going on for quite some time. I guess it's like about 2 weeks. And we talked about multiple solutions to this, one of which was not popular, especially among people that mostly go for points, was that you just lose points when you lose a fight in defense. Because this game mode actually records your defensive fights. And if you lose in there, one idea I had was that you should lose points. People pointed out, or had the opinion, that this would be quite bad, because a lot of people go for those points that you see here to get their daily rewards or for the season rewards. There are also points that you want to reach, and if you lose points when you get attacked, that obviously makes it harder to reach the higher ranks. And I can understand that. That's certainly the case. Though I, at that time, already answered to that and said, well, you could just make all ranks overall more appealing, give the same rewards, or give higher rewards to higher ranks, and give higher rewards as well to lower ranks, so that maybe 3,500 to 3,999 becomes the same as that. And the thing in itself is, again, if you have a competitive game mode, which PvP in its nature is, then you compete against other people, and if you're better than those people, then you get a higher rank. And making it just a grind and rewarding that grind feels not very in the nature of PvP. And that was something that I really didn't like. I then had some other ideas, maybe not losing points till you hit 4,500 or something. But the problem with that, obviously, is the saving of fights. You can have like 65 fights I have here saved at the moment, and that is still pretty bad. I can understand that they say, like, okay, you have to do 20 fights in a day to in theory use up all of the fights that you get in a day. And that can be quite a lot. That can be quite taxing. That takes a long time. But then again, I mean, why even have that many attacks? Why have 20 attacks that you need to do in a day? 10 would be enough. Maybe make it 5. I mean, if you really wanted to win, if you really want to go for that win, we can't shoot, then you would have to look at every single team. You had to think about it. Oh, what does this guy have? Oh, he's using at the beginning of each battle increases all allies crit damage. Maybe I can use Varric Investor to counter this, because then crit damage doesn't matter. And then you set up a team and you set up multiple teams, and it takes forever. If you do this 20 times, you become mad. So in that sense, a little bit less attack would be one thing, and obviously the saving up of attacks is super annoying. And also, you would have to pay like 500 gems a day to to get all of those attacks that are saved up here, and that is annoying in itself, because over the course of those 2 weeks, it's just how much is that? 7,000 gems. I mean, you could use that for something else. So that is stupid as well, in my opinion. But the thing I didn't like the most about all of Starland was, like, we have this amulet system, which I don't really use at the moment, I have to say. But those amulets surely are interesting. They give you some gameplay options that are not common in usual PvP. For example, at the beginning of each battle, for every ally on the battlefield, reduces all enemies blocked by 5% for 15 rounds. And we have multiple of those. Can we look at those? Yeah. Reduce enemy holy damage. We can reduce dodge roll. We can increase damage over time. We have some options for block and all of that stuff. So there are some really nice things in here that would encourage you to build a team, to do something, to think around, to maybe even have a new meta of PvP teams or certain PvP teams in Starland Arena. And that could be a thing, but it really isn't. It really isn't, because you just either win trade, or you are like me and forgot like 3 days already and are horribly behind. I mean, like, I could use those 65 and my points would still be decent. I would probably be in top 100, but I don't know how many attacks those people have saved up. So probably a little bit below top 100, which sucks. And we have to talk about that now as well, because the way the Age fixed that game mode is by introducing more rewards to it. And the way they did it was quite horrible, actually. We now have 2 kinds of treasure chests in here, and if you know those are the regular treasure chests that can give you 1, 2, 3, or 10 fragments with those respective chances. And we have one of the first pink ones in here and a green one. And if we check both of those out, we get 50 chests at place 1, so at least 50 fragments. And then the respective chances, so I guess like 60, maybe 70 fragments per treasure. We can check both of those treasures out. Let's go. Quick navigation, arcane jewelry. The first one is this one, which gives you 4% control immunity for Starland Arena and also 1.25 million fixed HP and 9,000 fixed attack. It's a pink one. It got some strong buff. You need 50 fragments to upgrade one, so you get at least 1 full pink one if you hit rank 1 in Starland Arena, which feels like a decent reward for me. I think that's quite alright. Full pink treasure is a big reward, and it's nice that it's in there. I'm mostly concerned about the way it's integrated. By the way, for the full one, you get 20 million HP, 148k attack, and 20% control immunity, which is huge, but just for Starland Arena, so that's one thing. The other one, not that one, is that one, where we need 30 fragments. So in all likelihood, you will have 2 of those, 2 full ones of those by getting place 1 in the Starland Arena, and will have instantly rank 2, which is another 215k HP and 1599 fixed attack without any extra effects. So this is what you get for becoming place 1 in Starland Arena, which is a big success, which is something that is not easy to achieve. Requires a lot of, well, grinding, I would say. Is still the same, and it's still win trading, but you can't lose any points before you get into this win trading phase starting at 2,500 points. So you can't lose any points before that, and that's difficult, and I respect that. So there's still a certain amount of skill to it. What I don't like about this is the way they integrated the rewards, because we have 50, 50, for place 2 the same, for place 3 the same, 4 the same, 5 the same, 6 to 10 is the same, 11 to 20 is the same, 21 to 50 is the same, and 51 to 100 is the same. So those rewards for the treasures are the same for all of top 100. If you reach place 1 or if you reach place 100, doesn't matter. This is the same. The only thing that's different are the rewards behind that, which are the same as we had before. So you get the usual rewards that we had before, and then on top of that, you now get all of those treasure shards. And now you might think, wow, that's pretty cool. But I'm placed like place 2000 or something and get my 4,500 points. What do I get? Well, let me surprise you a bit. 20 of those pink ones and 40 of those green ones, which barely give you any stats. So, yeah. This difference is quite insane. 50 to 20. I guess most people will be able to get those 20 at least, but I really don't see that difference. I mean, like 50 to 20. It just feels insane. And the reason they do that is they notice that people don't interact with the game modes, and especially like whales or experienced players, let's call them like that, because it's not only whales, it's people that enjoy PvP also, or just play the game a lot. I guess it's mostly people that play the game a lot. And they noticed that those don't really interact with the game, and what they decided to do was they made it so that if you have an endgame account, and if you play the game a lot and you want to be competitive, you have to get top 100 in Starland Arena now, because otherwise you just won't get a lot of those pink treasures, which is horrible. So after all, they fixed the interaction by forcing you into it, not by making the game mode better, which would have been nice. We had a lot of ways we could have done that. My preferred way, and you can't put that in alone into Starland Arena, but my preferred thing would be to have a Battle of the Best style tournament at the end of Starland Arena to decide place 1, and not a grind to decide place 1. Just let the top, I don't know, what do we even need? Top 128 people, let those go into a Battle of the Best style tournament to decide the best player using the Starland Arena format of having those 5 teams with different team sizes and all of the treasures available. Let people build those 5 teams and then let them fight in the Battle of the Best format with the Starland Arena rules, meaning that if you win 3 fights, you won. So not just one team destroying all of the teams, you need to win 3 out of 5 matches. So that would be my preferred way to find out who's the best player. Of course, you would have to integrate that with, well, I want them to fix win trading. I want them to fix win trading, because otherwise you would have to win trade into top 128, which feels bad. This is just not the way. But this is definitely also not the way, because this is horrible. I was fine with them not fixing Starland Arena and win trading, because I could just say, okay, I ignore the game mode, as a whale buy one more $100 pack and it will be alright, and I can compensate for the loss of those materials that I get here. I got my top 10 avatar, I was happy with that. I cannot lose those 50 or I can't lose 30 of those chests every single season. I can lose it this season, also already happened basically. Unlikely that I still get them. But next season I can't afford to lose it. But this game mode will not be fixed because whales are forced to interact with it. It will only be fixed when the age seriously takes a look at those game mechanics, thinks about what they want to achieve with this game mode, maybe introduces like a Battle of the Best, fixes win trading, and then we can look forward and then we can have an enjoyable game mode. And but the way it is now, with the win trading and everything going on, it's just annoying. Not even whales want to do it. I mean, not even the people that I know that did win trading in the first seasons. I did it too. I mean, like, it's the way to play this game mode. As sad as it is the way to play this game mode. If you don't use win trading, you basically have no chance of succeeding. And that is purely bad design. And thereby I have to say, people don't enjoy that, because there is no thrill to it. There is no competition to it. We just have your group, you attack those guys, you stick together, you go to the top places, and if you do it well enough, you get top 10, you get top 1, and at least you will get top 100. And that's just nothing that people can enjoy, because there is no team building, there's no strategy. And you can't say, okay, this time I reached top 8, or maybe I reached top 10, and it would be so nice to finally have a tournament where iOS fights Android. And that would be great. And all that could be Starland Arena, and it sadly isn't that right now. And instead, DH went with the G punch of just throwing the rewards in here and making it imperative to reach top 100 and forcing you to go into it and trying to go there. On the other hand, maybe to say something nice at the end, the rewards are now really good if you are not usually in this top 100 bracket. If you usually reached your 4,500 points, you get like 20 of those shards every second season. You basically have your pink treasure, so that's insane. And you will get some great rewards over the next seasons, so that is definitely an upside. Overall rewards have improved for everybody, not just top 100, so this is pretty good. The difference here is quite concerning to me. You heard my reasons. I'm very interested to discuss that in the comments again. Please refrain though from discussing this point losing thing anymore. We had this in the comments of 2 videos ago about Starland Arena, and it was quite horrible. I can understand that many of you don't want to lose points when they are attacked, that many of you don't want to be farmed down, but PvP in its nature is a competitive thing, and that's just the way it goes. If DH finds another way, instead of losing points to fix win trading, I'm eager to hear about it. I can't see it right now. If you have a better idea, let me know. That will be most certainly interesting. Anyways, I'm eager to hear about Starland Arena. Do you like it right now? I guess most people don't, but maybe you have a different opinion, so write it in the comments. And then anyway, I wish you a great week, and we'll see us in the next one.